Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I'm really excited for this game here today. It is a ladder game between the greatest Protoss versus Terran player of all time, SnOw, and the best player in the world right now, in my opinion, the #1 Terran. It is Light. This was recommended to me by Dude Nerd. Big thanks to him. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a great game. We're here on Dark Origin. It's generally a map that's a little bit stronger for Protoss, especially early and mid game, and we'll see if SnOw is able to utilize that. One thing I do want to mention, because I think some people balk when I say something like Light is the best player right now, or he's the best Terran right now, because, you know, the last few ASLs, he hasn't done that well in overall. In fact, SnOw eliminating him, not last season, but the season before. But you got to remember that these top tier tournaments, the playing level is so high and the game amount is so small that you do have a lot of volatility. And honestly, I think even if you ask the people who have won ASL, it's like, hey, are you better or is Light better? I think, honestly, most of them will tell you that Light is, in fact, a better player. He is just unbelievably strong. I watch a ton of Light's content, and he oftentimes coaches the other pros, and you should just see the look on his face as he has to walk them through things that seem elementary to him. So a truly great Terran player. And for me personally, he's one of the players that I watch the absolute most. So anyways, now that I've shilled Light a little bit, I think I don't need to do that for SnOw too much. SnOw has an unbelievable record in Protoss vs. Terran right now. He literally can go for like any units he wants and any strategy he wants against pretty much anyone he wants at this point, except for the very top pro gamers. He's done all sorts of magnificent things. The 9-game show match series, normally the top Terrans in the world can only take 1 or 2 maps out of 9 off of him. So it's pretty insane how strong he is. So anyways, taking a look at this game, it is a forward gateway by SnOw into an offensive gas. He does end up killing an SCV there. We just missed it. A second barracks was thrown up before Light scouted. So this is him with a nod towards a possible proxy gate. When the gateway is this far away, you don't actually need the second barracks. Now, we might actually see him go for Marines. Some of the crazier games that I've ever seen have actually been games that opened up like this, where Light decided to actually go bio against Protoss. There was actually a game that he played a few years ago where Light went Marine Medic and Science Vessels and Wraiths, I believe, against Bisu's Protoss, and ended up winning in a huge macro game some years ago. But I don't think this game will be anything quite like that. I think it's almost impossible to sustain Marine production against SnOw, as he is the best Reaver user in the world, and you'll always see Reaver from him. Either way, he's going to take this gas down. He saw that Zealot, so going to go ahead, pull his Marines to the front. We'll see if he does a push at the end of the day. A second gateway is coming up, gas being mined, but no cybernetics core as of yet. Looks like right now SnOw focusing more heavily on just producing the Zealots that he can. 2 Zealots come down. Very nice micro forward there by Light. And 1 Zealot so low, man. Oh my God, tries to bring it in. And, he ends up killing like a few Marines. But obviously when you're sitting there on 2 barracks, you're going to be able to push that all back pretty easily. Now, gets the bunker down, fills it up with 3. Notice how he's not producing any more Marines. Here, Light is going to try to get a command center very quickly, followed by a factory. Like I mentioned, it is almost impossible to go bio against Protoss at all. It's actually something I get asked a lot by people, especially that are more of StarCraft 2 fans, and they're so used to seeing bio used against Protoss, and it's like, well, yeah, they storm you, but you can still kind of run through it and stuff. Well, Storm actually does more damage in StarCraft 1 than in StarCraft 2. It's bigger, and Marines have less health. And yeah, so that's a little bit painful, but really Storm is not even the issue. If it was only Storm, you could actually probably go bio against Protoss. But realistically, it's the Reavers. Reavers come out so quickly. The support bay only takes 19 seconds to build. So you can literally see them as they're moving out, and you can get a Reaver started before they get to your base easily. Ooh, nice. Pops the Zealot back there. But yeah, the Reavers are there's no real way to dodge. It's insane. You can't do anything against Reavers with bio. But Anyways, enough talk about that bio because the barracks have already been lifted off. Here's one as a wall. Here's another as a scout. In the meantime, SnOw having a hard time getting the second Zealot over. This, you know, there's not 100% success rate in these jumps. Gets that first one very, very quickly. Light scouts it, though. He does check down there, which is a pretty big deal. And gonna bring a couple SCVs over to try block this. Now, if the second Zealot... Okay, the second Zealot is coming, and that's going to help quite a bit. He's probably going to have to target down the SCVs a little bit here as well. Pulls back. Oh, the Zealot going in through the front now, so he's going to flank from both sides. Oh, no, I guess not. Like, I thought for sure he'd bring these up at the same time to kind of split the fire of the Marines. You know, 5 Marines are not going to have a good time against 3 Zealots. So comes up. He does start hitting there. Flanks with this one. Oh, my God. The Zealot's getting on top of these Marines. There is a Vulture coming out, so that will end up cleaning up the rest of these. Now, Light just wants to save however many of his Marines that he possibly can. You need at least a few in these bunkers. And, in fact, SnOw doing a great job of preventing that right now. More Zealots still coming down. But a Vulture can really kill, like, Infinity Zealots given the time. So, you know, the SCVs come up to fight. Unbelievable pressure going on by SnOw. And it seems like this is just about over. SnOw is targeting down whatever SCVs that he can get. Gets another one right there. So he's going to end up being up 4 SCVs. Or 3 SCVs overall. Like 3 to 4 workers. Let's take a look at SnOw's base. What's he got going on? Okay, there's the support bay. So he is going into that Reaver tech. In the meantime... Oh! Double starport? Double starport Wraith. Okay, so... I don't even... I'm getting chills right now. Okay? Wraiths are not very good against Protoss. Dragoons absolutely slaughter them. Corsairs slaughter them. Psystorm destroys them. Cannons are invincible against Wraiths. It's like Wraiths don't actually do very much, and each Wraith costs the same amount as a tank, so like you're really giving up a lot to go for Wraiths. Now, here's a few things. First off, Light had a Wraith build for the crazy map 76 in ASL. No one else was able to pull it off, but he actually went Wraiths against Protoss as an opener and eventually transitioned into mech. And he is the only person I've seen be able to do that. As I mentioned before, there was a game a few years ago where he went bio into Wraith against Bisu. Well, he went bio all game too, but like he definitely had Wraiths in there. And also, SnOw is a player that goes for Reaver just about every game. And in fact, more recently, maybe about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that, Light started going for 3 cloaked Wraiths specifically against SnOw to be able to push the Reaver back when he wanted to take his 3rd base. So when you put all that together, if someone is going to go Wraiths against Protoss, it's this man. It's Light. So he has 3 Wraiths very, very quickly here. The shuttle is actually coming across the map, and the Wraiths are going across as well. So unfortunately for him, okay, this is going to end up seeing... He sees the support bay. So he might turn these around. Maybe he's going to wait and thinks the shuttle could come out in this direction. But as this hits his main base, he's going to be a little bit sad because if his Wraiths were here, this would be shut down instantaneously. Like this would do nothing at all. Instead, SnOw going to get some kills. 3 kills already. Looks like he's going to get a 4th. The Wraiths coming back in cloaks mode so they can fly over the middle of the battlefield without being hit by those Dragoons. Down comes that Reaver. Okay, that's going to be taken out so quickly. Drops the Reaver out, and he'll get whatever shots he can. So at the end of the day, like, the Reaver didn't do that much, but it would have been obviously a lot better for Light if his Wraiths had sat there. Now, where does this go from here? It's such a strange set of openings. The fact that Light has gone into 2 starport Wraith, and he's just... Wait. Oh my God. We're going to see a switch into bio. Look at this. Wraith Marine Medic. Unreal. So if you look at what SnOw has seen so far, he flew in, he saw the 2nd factory under construction, he saw the 2 starports. Okay, already Reaver has been punished via the Wraiths, right? So like you might look at that and say, you know, maybe I don't want to make Reavers. The Wraiths are going to be too good at sniping down, you know, both observers and shuttles. So maybe that's a good play. Like if you're going basically gateway units and observers, that's not going to be something that beats Marine medic siege tank. So medics popping out first. Whenever you're going for this, you're going to pop out medics first, however many that you want, so they can start building up their energy. Stim is on the way. He's going to need range as well. We don't see an engineering bay at all. He's just completely skipping that, and that's completely fine. You don't necessarily need to have +1 here. It's about whether your tech was countered, not about the upgrades as much. So this is like, right now, Light is trying to hard counter what SnOw is doing, which is going to be mostly gateway units. It does seem as if he is going to make a few Reavers. It would be almost surprising if he didn't. And in fact, this is going to be a carrier follow-up as well. So this is insane, what we're seeing here. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. Okay, the observer, uh-oh, it sees the Marines and medics. Now, does SnOw have enough to stop this? Can he buy time to get enough Reavers out to stop this? Where are his Reavers right now? Let's zoom out a little bit. Big siege right here. Oh my God. Takes out that observer, of course, in a matter of seconds. The siege mode going to force everything back. Speed on the observers, so those are going to be able to come up and help against those wraiths. And look, oh my God, the wraiths go up hunting for that incoming Reaver and don't quite get it. Okay, gonna try to kill off this shuttle. Killing the shuttle is generally going to end up being enough to play around that Reaver, because the Reaver is so slow. You can definitely outposition it with your army. Now you see the Reaver trying to back up. He is leapfrogging some siege tanks forward. You see a little bit of dancing back and forth there by SnOw. Now the tank's going to siege up. This is just madness. What a weird mind game that we're looking at here. Now a counterattack coming in from SnOw. Setup of a couple siege tanks on this ramp, or on this bridge rather, just kind of making it hard for SnOw to move around. You know, there's so many Marines being produced right now. Light is completely all in, by the way, sitting there on 44 SCVs. It's like exactly what you need to mine those bases really efficiently. And, you know, moving forward, there are more Dragoons on the way, but it's like you can't get to the siege tanks, I think, is the big problem here. Like, he's got so many Marines and medics, it's just about impossible to close on those siege tanks, and they're just punishing absolutely everything. Now, the Reaver does get a decent shot off there. In the meantime, a little counterattack here with the Dragoons and Zealots. Looks like Light leaves enough units behind to be able to kill that right off, push it right back. More units rallying out onto the map right now by Light. The Wraith's still doing a pretty darn good job as well. Getting rid of some of the observers is very useful indeed. More and more Marines coming up. He's got to leapfrog more tanks into here as well. No Reavers on this side, so Light does begin to hit. Look at that. The Wraith's trying to keep that Reaver back. Reaver very low on health. Another Reaver is coming down. It's building some Scarabs right now. Will he jump on it? We could have an insane Scarab. Ooh, a pretty decent one. 3 kills there. Got to get another one. Oh, he gets one more shot off. Only a couple more Marines killed off, though. Really, Light has SnOw on his back foot right now. In fact, much more supply, and it does seem as if he might have enough to finish him off. Now, that, like, I guess there was another Scarab hit. Look at that, 7 kills. Suddenly, all that bio we saw a second ago is completely gone. There's like 2 Marines and 4 medics here now. And then it's just siege tanks. Some more Marines are rallying up from that main base. But as you can see, as soon as the Reaver starts getting some shots, it's really difficult to keep your Marines alive. Now more tanks are coming forward. Almost gets that Reaver. Is SnOw going to be able to hold here? I don't think so. Look at that. The Wraith really pushing back that shuttle. Very low now. 2 Reavers at very low healths. We have +1 attack on those Zealots and Dragoons. Okay, another shuttle comes out. He is going to try to make something happen here. Going to go ahead and drop off some Zealots there as Zealot Bomb. Still has the Reaver inside here. Going to have to offload it. Gets that tank kill. Oh my God, somehow SnOw is holding on. But that is so many Marines and siege tanks. I don't think that this can last. I think if you just let the tanks do the damage, you sit the Marines behind, the Reavers are never going to get the hits that they need. Well, he starts to push forward a little bit and is certainly getting a few good hits. A lot of Speed Zealots get in on top of absolutely everything, but there's a ton of Marines still left off here. Another good scarab goes off. Gonna have to drop that off, though. Three Reavers remaining. Definitely can't attack into this with just the Marines, but the siege tank count still a bit too high. This one siege tank killing so much, and GG, Bio beats Protoss.